Okay, let's see, do we have a quorum? Yes, we do. Okay, and
So real quick,
yes.
I need to make mention that,
Okay.
you guys have to motion to excuse anybody who's absent, so like Ruth is absent today, so yeah.
So point of order then, if we haven't heard from them, do we not excuse them or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, has anybody heard from Ruth or talked to her? Okay,
Not I.
then I make a motion to not excuse her?
Yes. That sounds right.
Okay.
I second that.
Okay, unexcused absent, boy, geez, I better make sure I'm here. Geez.
I know, or just let us know,
Yeah.
that's all. I can understand the point.
Yeah, cause I think after so many times of not being excused, they can get voted off.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, call roll. Call roll, see who's here and who's not here.
Well, I could see who's
Well,
here.
yeah.
No,
Okay, moving on here, number 4 on the agenda. Is approve of consent agenda.
Mhm.
Any
I
motions?
move that we approve the consent agenda from the meeting of 2/13/24 and the workshop meeting minutes from 2/23/24.
Okay,
I second that.
all in favor?
I,
Aye. Okay. Unanimous. We'll let the record show that the.
yeah, it's unanimous, very good.
Okay, board reports. We got any reports from anybody?
The only thing I would report on is the big community meeting, but I think, and that we talked about that we were represented there at the big community meeting. It was very interesting. I came away with some ideas maybe for us, but I think we will talk about that and maybe the survey results
Yes.
later on.
Okay. Stephanie, anything?
Same.
No, okay. All right, then moving on, public hearing.
None.
We don't have a public hearing.
Oh,
Okay,
is that me? Public hearing? No. Okay, good.
okay, then new business, stopping vandalism.
Actually, may I make a suggestion and have, Mr.
Yeah.
Williams?
Yeah,
Okay,
Speak, so if you
Yeah.
don't have to.
yeah, that way you don't have to hang around here, yeah.
No, that's all right, I got nothing better to do than to listen to you, bro.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Well, I can, okay, I'll make it short, please.
Okay,
I think you got, something like this. It's an inflatable arch
okay.
and you saw the prices. But, this would be a signature event or signature piece for any event you hold,
Hmm.
like cheese dates. And whatever else, 4th of July fireworks or something.
Okay.
This is where you can get out your colored pencils and crayons and whatever else you have that's colored. Make up your own design. It takes about, if you decide to do it, give me a design. And I can get it to them.
you under,
It takes about 2 weeks to do it.
Okay.
Now. Yeah, they started at $1,200. And they go up to, I think, 3,100. They're reusable, you can use them for a decade. And if you use it just twice a year. It's like,
well, before you go too far on this, you understand that we don't put on events. right?
Oh, okay.
We're part of the city's Rural Park Board.
Yeah, well, tell them the park.
Yeah.
So they're gonna say, okay, we're gonna do cheese days.
That's
where-
the
where-
Lions Club, yeah.
And here's where it's held. You give them permission. And your art chair, your inflatable art chair is gonna be your signature thing for your event. And everybody will see it and everybody will know it. And I understand that you don't have a lot of money to disperse.
Well,
Um,
yeah,
according to the mayor,
okay, yeah.
okay,
Through that.
now,
Did the mayor refer you to us? Is that why you're here?
No,
No?
no.
Oh, okay,
But anyway,
okay,
That's
yeah,
good.
go ahead.
I talked to the Vader Park Board too.
Okay.
But how do you get around this? The cost of one of these, well. You sell advertising on it, you can put. Welcome to Toledo or whatever you want, sponsored by. Allstate or State Farm, the insurance agent down there. The art gallery, the feed store. Marcello's
Mhm.
restaurant. And you get them to, foot the bill.
Okay,
That's one way you get around it.
I personally, I don't see a need for anything like that, at least not from us. Maybe the Lions Club would want something like that for their Cheese Day parade or something, but just, I don't know what the city.
I'm not a member of the Lions Club, so.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the dark about that.
Yeah, yeah,
The Rotary, I know something about.
yeah,
It's just that we don't put on events.
Okay,
This group doesn't have anything to do with
okay,
events.
I think, the Cheese Days committee would be a really good,
they have a board, yeah,
the Cheese Days board, that would be a really good,
Fit.
one to
Yeah.
fit for them, because they have a lot of sponsors and,
Yeah.
but the city.
They
I'm not
will
sure
meet
if you'd be able
next
to get
month,
sponsors, I should say.
usually the Monday before our meetings.
the Monday before what?
Before this meeting, so it'll be like the first or second Monday of the month. So,
The second Monday.
yeah, next month, I don't know, whatever that would be.
Anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
It's a great idea.
yeah. If you can't raise the money, I have something else for you. It's air dancers. And I think you've seen them. Alongside the road. There's a green one at the trailer sales in, south of Chehalis.
Oh, yeah, see them all over.
They're around, so. When you see, what you're looking at is 20 footers. Now. You can pick a color, just any color you want, red, yellow, blue, orange, purple, white, green, pink, or black, or red, white, and blue. And that won't be terribly expensive.
Well, once again, it's not us. I mean, that's
No.
nice to hear that, but
Right,
you know, we wouldn't have anything to do with it.
Right.
so,
Okay,
and certainly if we, if we're, any of us are involved in some of those other organizations, we can pass along your information.
Yeah.
you might tell them, I looked at some of the reviews. And it's water tower acceptable. And they're showing one of these Midwest water towers, which looks like a basketball on a lollipop stick. That says, we purchased these every year to use in our water towers throughout town. It works great as a bird deterrent on top of the towers.
Okay.
That's
Thank you very much.
Well, yeah,
and somebody else had a 6-footer. And they use it to scare off, to protect their chickens.
Mhm.
I guess the hawks and
Right.
the eagles, they don't like it flapping about, so.
right,
But that was just a small one too.
Yeah.
And she said she'd buy one again,
yeah.
cause she's on her, I guess, her second man now.
Well,
And then the motor is still going strong.
yeah, you probably ought to contact her then, because I don't think we're gonna be.
Well, anybody that's,
Yeah.
has a bunch of chickens and likes to keep them.
We'll let people know.
Okay,
Okay, well, thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you for your
input.
your input there, and hopefully you'll have. good
and
luck with
I
it.
left you,
Is that
a
this?
little flyer, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
Good, thank you.
so
okay. Are you Douglas?
I'm done.
You're Douglas, okay. Where are you out of? Where do you?
Chehalis.
Chehalis, okay. All
I
right.
used to live in Vader for 10 years.
No. Yeah. Moved to the big city, huh? Yeah.
Well,
So the-
that's a long story, one I'm
Yeah.
not real happy about.
Okay, we need to move on here. We
Yeah.
got stuff to cover here today. Okay, let's see, new business, stop vandalism. Where are we on that?
So that was a Sherry
Mhm.
agenda item from last meeting, and she can't make this meeting today.
Okay,
So I don't know if she has any updates.
okay, all right. The cancellation refund policy.
Well, when you guys discussed, park rules,
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
failed to talk about refunds and cancellations.
Cancellations, right.
Oh,
So-
okay.
There- I thought there was something in there about it, though. Shoot, I didn't bring anything.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think.
You don't recall anything?
I don't.
So the question is, should we? Carly, have we had any requests?
Yeah, there's been like 2 or 3 and I've had to refund them.
How much notice do they give you?
They give a pretty decent notice. We let them know that if it's prior to 24 hours, then we can refund them, but if it's not, we can only give, I think, half back or something like that, so,
Sounds good.
yeah, it's,
Mhm.
That's been the precedent.
Okay.
it's been pretty recent, so it's like, you can probably set whatever you guys think, so. up to you guys.
Any idea why they want their money back? Is it because of the bad weather or something,
They didn't really say, they just
Yeah.
asked for it.
or? Yeah. Okay, well, okay, sounds like you got something going on. I don't know if it's a policy or not, but it's,
Well, I think
We-
that's,
we
I
would
think that's
have
the
to-
point, I think that's
we
the
would
point
have
of
to
the
update-
agenda
we-
item, is for
yeah.
you guys to either concur with what they're currently practicing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we can get it
I
as,
think that sounds reasonable.
yeah, sure.
okay,
I'm gonna just throw out there, what if you give them 48 hours?
I was
They
thinking
have
the
to give
same.
They have to give us 48 hours, cause there's stuff that you guys have to do. And then also
Yeah.
we have to consider our hosts also.
Right,
Whether-
especially during cheese day. when
Yes.
Somebody cancels during cheese
Yes,
days or
yeah.
another hot weekend.
Well, and on events like that, it could be a non-refundable deposit.
Exactly, yeah,
Mhm.
it's kind of hard to be conditional on that,
That's true.
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
that, which is why 40 hours is a good thing.
That gives somebody else time to buy.
Mhm.
to buy also,
Yeah.
right?
So 48 hours before you get the full refund, after you get no refund or half, or how do you guys do that?
47 hours and 59 minutes, you don't get anything.
Yeah.
You're serious? So no refunds?
Oh,
I
is that,
think-
isn't that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, within the
Right
port-
now, they're doing half.
Right now they
Oh,
give
oh,
half
yeah.
back.
Okay, do half at 48 hours, 24 hours, nothing. You know,
He's a hard customer.
And he likes a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know, do we need to make a policy right now? Is that what we're?
I think we should, I think we should, yeah,
Motion of
to
recommendation.
make sure that
Yeah.
we're consistent and they have guidelines.
So when they make a reservation, what all do they have to say, like, what is it all saying? I guess, is my main question.
So it just has like the rules and regulations that we've written down and
But there's nothing about cancellation on
I
it.
know,
No,
I think
that,
so.
yeah, so
That's-
we
okay,
just
that-
deliberated over
Yeah.
rules and regulations, we forgot to
Okay.
talk about
Yeah.
cancellation or refunds.
So is there anything that comes out of the city's pocket in these reservations? Like, are they losing money?
So there is like a service fee that we pay for. It kind of varies between what it is, and that's about it. Sometimes it's like $9, sometimes it's like $4.
And that's not refundable, and that does get passed on to the camper.
Correct.
So it would be the reservation amount minus $3.50.
So yeah,
So
that'd be,
$3.50 never gets refunded.
okay, so
Okay.
that'd be my biggest concern is just make sure that the
That
city's
we're
not
not-
losing from.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So in that case, half refunded seems fair.
Okay.
I make a motion that we amend the rules to change, to add the cancellation policy. That up to 48 hours, they can cancel with no, and get a full refund. Within 48 hours, they get a 50% refund only.
I second that.
Okay. Any more discussion?
I'm
Think
okay.
Works
that
for me.
covers
Okay,
Yeah,
all in favor?
I
This is so easy, I tell you.
know.
Okay, so let's go on to unfinished business, the big community meeting survey results. Who has that? You,
I think we all have that,
did we?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, you know, I went to the Chrome. Okay, because I can't read the packet without Chrome, so I went to Chrome and there's the minutes. As long as we supply me with a magnifying glass, I can, and so, I don't know.
There's more pages as you scroll down.
Yeah,
But here,
I know,
happen to have two.
That's
Oh,
kind of
okay.
why
And so I'll
I give you
share.
Individual PDF links. in
Yeah.
Email as well,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that'll be.
and well, it works for everything else, but not the agenda. So,
Okay.
The lead agenda.
yes, yeah, I have this somewhere, but okay, good. You get.
I have not been able to print it, it's
Oh,
not
okay.
you, it's my printer.
Okay.
Here,
Thank
I'll,
you.
I'll go make copies.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I was trying to do a couple of things and my printer was not having it today.
I think the city should buy us all new printers.
I second that, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I think we should pass that cost along to the.
I just recycled on
State this morning of all things.
I know
So,
mine is getting pretty old, I think it's about time for a new one.
Carly, that's something that we might do, is any of these papers or anything that's on the agenda, make us a little packet when, so
Yeah,
when
if
we
you guys
arrive,
request
then,
it, I can do that.
yeah, then. we
Oh,
have
okay.
it.
Yeah,
See, then
Cool, thank you.
We don't have to remember, oh, geez, I left that at home.
The request stands for all time.
Yeah. Right.
so I'm just gonna make a comment about these. None of it really surprised me a lot, and to be honest, and I like that Kemp Olson is obviously still a big. The city is really involved and they really want to keep that up, but I really like also the city beautification. Input that was hit kind of high at the top and. More on the river walks,
Mhm.
which I think were pretty cool,
Mhm.
so.
Yeah, I agree with all of those things, but one of the things that kind of puts a validation question on this is that because every person had 10 dots, they could load up the couple that they really like and
Mhm.
maybe they didn't get that many other votes from other people, but they got 20 from 2 people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
observationally, I kind of kept an eye on
Uh-huh.
it,
Yeah,
and that actually didn't happen.
Okay, that's good.
And the online version,
Right, which
was
is,
only a one
right,
shot.
that's
Yeah.
much cleaner, yeah.
Yeah.
There.
And thank you very much, Cindy, for doing this, because I had no clue, even though I walked, looked,
yeah,
trying to kind of count that night.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, what, what's number one, you know?
Yeah.
mhm,
So this was excellent for people like me to can't retain all that.
right,
Yeah,
I found it
And-
fascinating that one of the most moving parts is number one.
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
and that's, you know, that's actually one thing that I came here tonight to talk to you guys about, is to start thinking in your minds about the river walk and about the city walk, is to start thinking about how that will work and about how you guys want it to work, and because there is money that is available, and it was constantly, and as I was grants.gov, I'm always looking, seriously, I'm always looking, and because we are right on the elbow of a river, that is a really key piece of unused, river, I mean, how do I even put that? Resource for us that we have not tapped. And really, if you look up and down the I-5 corridor, anyone who has anything like that is being developed or used somehow to bring people in for the government area. So I think it would behoove us as a city to think about how we want to develop that, at least have an idea in first.
Is there any way to tie in the fact that the river is on the way to Mount St. Helens and we're the last town, you know?
That would be in our grant, right?
Yeah,
The thing is, right now, it's raining money. There, I just got a notification of another, trail walk. It's $45 million, but that trails is part of that thing. Believe it or not, is it the US? Yeah, Department of Agriculture has a grant for trail walks. For creating trails, and so does, RCO, and so does Commerce.
So, and as I understand, then it's time sensitive to be able to apply for these grants.
Yes, it is.
So what do you need, would
I don't
our
know where you
priority?
want It to be, I need guidelines on what are we looking at? I've heard for years that there's been drawings of them, they've been laid out kind of on a map. I need to know how big is it, where does it start, where does.
they're gonna
end?
want
What are we looking-
specifics of
Yeah, oh.
everything, yeah.
Yes.
So,
Detail for them is everything, and right now, data, any kind of data like this
right,
is so important, is absolutely crucial. They
And-
have to know community buy-in.
This is just a side question, when it comes to facilities, are we gonna need to add facilities along? Like, do we need to add
A
more restrooms
restroom.
and those types of things to,
Some of them allow it and some of them don't.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
You could have, right now, there's one, I think it's Commerce. And, everybody knows about the youth athletic facility, the YAF, which is through Recreation and Conservation. But Commerce has one called YF. So it's youth facilities, but not athletically oriented necessarily. So it wouldn't be, a baseball
Mhm.
thing or something like that. So if you had something that you wanted to do along a trail, you know, where they do that exercising, I don't know what they call it, it's not parkour,
right,
you know what I'm talking about, you could do that, and that could maybe be part of it,
okay.
but it depends.
I think talking to, a good idea would be to talk to having an interlocal agreement with the county of some kind.
I have a suggestion that we maybe reach out to Discover Lewis County. At a recent thing I was at, one thing they showed was the trailways around in Centralia and Chehalis. And how they were trying to connect them and what kind of their next step, and it was a nice big graphic thing. And I was really interested in the map more than the trails, because I thought that that's something we need to be able to show people.
We need a brain like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know a
And That's
photographer.
kind of where I was struggling, because it's like. And looking at our comprehensive plan, the idea is that we take all this and we put it into that comp plan. And say,
Yeah,
these are what people are saying, but we do need a brain, like you say, that tells. A little bit more and that can lay a lot of it out, and. From that meeting, I think someplace like Discover Lewis County would be the perfect ones to help us figure out. Who can help? How do we get these plans drawn up? Where are there some plans that we can go? So that we're not just like pulling,
Well, a lot of these grants have that key and component in it as a design.
yeah,
So you don't do it, you hire somebody.
you
to
hired
do it.
somebody,
Okay,
yeah,
We would probably need to reach out to them to find out how much are we needing to incorporate
What's
into a
the
grant if we do that. What we do need to do is have some sort of group of people that are interested in the trail, that are gonna take this on.
like a
I'm the
trail
running
committee.
person, I don't wanna be the person running the whole background and making committees, and that's where I'm finding, that's what starts happening. So, and I don't mind attending them, but I don't wanna be the assigned person to, okay, Joe, now you need to get all of this organized.
Right,
So,
I
We need to
think
find
that
out
was
what
exactly
people
kind of my
where we're
life,
going, how many miles are we looking at,
yeah,
and that we, right from the get-go, plan on, connecting. They did all these little trails and now they're not connected. And so we need to avoid that pitfall
Mhm.
because we're not probably gonna be able to go back to the well.
mhm,
We gotta find the trail system that's free, that we don't have a map
yeah.
for.
So somehow
That's
we have to
critical
get the
for us.
design, we have to get the design going for that.
Right, implement that into all of your money.
Mhm.
Well, we do not
What do you
need
think?
to necessarily reinvent the wheel.
Right,
Because in 2004, I was on this group here and we came up with the Toledo Pathways and Trails.
mhm.
And we
I
had
remember
a
that. Yeah,
thing we put together, but it just petered out. I don't know whatever became of
I
it.
think it's in the 2020 city planning, plan, but it's not fleshed out at all.
Right,
And I
right.
think that's what, to get in any sort of grant for a trail system, it needs to be more of a, you're gonna do this, this.
You have it fleshed out from 2004,
Well,
that is an important.
We had a start, yeah, we had a
That's
start.
someplace to
We got,
start.
yeah, we had a bunch of, different goals and purposes for the trail and justifications for doing it. The only opposition I can recall, and I think this may be what ended it, was that the people who owned property along the river said, hell no, I don't want people walking in my front yard here between me and the river, and so I think that pretty much put the end to it, but so there has to be that issue somehow resolved. And I suppose, unless everybody's okay with it now,
Right.
but I have a feeling they wouldn't be.
So, what format is this in? This whole plan that's the format, it's on paper like this?
Yeah,
We talked about this
this-
before, maybe getting it scanned,
this was Cheese Day display, a draft for put together in May of '04 and done by Michelle and Charlie and Alex, who were two of the guys, the public works guys. And so we made up this big 4x8 thing that was gonna go at Cheese Days and had mission statement and different goals for health and transportation, tourism, celebrate history, education, recreation, quality of life, and survey results and planning partners and all that good stuff.
but it's all just in a paper format like this.
Yes,
It's
yeah,
not,
yeah, this
nothing
is,
electronic.
this was
Okay.
before
Okay,
computers
what
were
you
in
wanted.
it.
that's what I figured, yeah.
So maybe, Mike, if you're willing to leave that
behind.
Sure, sure,
yeah.
We can get it printed, or we can get it scanned to PDF at least.
Yeah,
And I
right,
can
right,
Take
yeah.
a look and see if whatever, if we do that before I leave tonight, like you said, and just scan it. It would be wonderful that I can start looking at those grants and see if any of them align to our abilities and what we're looking for. At least it would give me a nice starting point.
Right,
Mhm.
yeah.
You know, I glaze over, you know,
So
but-
many things that when you do them, if you don't even know where to start, but there's something that's.
Yeah.
Place to start.
And if we have this, it would be much easier to take it to somebody outside or go to like a Discover Lewis County that does this kind of tourism
Right,
stuff,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Then they can say, well, you need these other things.
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
right now,
I
there's
don't
all
know.
kinds of tourism grants
Yeah.
out there extending
Yeah.
into all that might be compatible, might not be, but don't know.
So what would be our next step at this point?
Printer.
I think we need to get
Scanning
this
that.
an electronic
Okay.
copy and look at it.
Okay.
And I think to Mike's point, I think we should, cause I am not 100% clear. From this past comp plan and from the other discussions, we did purchase a piece of property down at the end of First.
Yeah, we didn't have.
And so it would be nice, I would like to define exactly what of all the property.
Yeah.
What our access is, what we own and what we don't, and what's up in the works. So is that something we get from Sherry?
Oh,
Or-
actually, between Carly and I, we could
probably
probably
Okay.
pull that off.
I think-
Know which city properties are
Mhm.
river accessible.
Yeah, and what we need to do to get ourselves that access around the river to start with.
Yeah, the biggest missing link, as I see it, is access from Kemp Olson down to the city property near the river.
That's what I
That
thought.
currently is owned by the Wallace family,
And that's what we were talking about, trading, right?
potentially. Yes.
So that, I think that would be the next thing, because we can't go too much farther unless we know we have the access, to Mike's point. But
Yeah.
at least then we can start with this. I can go through and update. I can start working on redoing the comp plan more based on our survey. And identify blank spots that we have, because in the comp plan, that's where all information about. All these grants and stuff that are available should go in there. Plus, we have to do kind of a cost
There is,
analysis.
there is also the. I'm really fuzzy on all this because it's been so long, but there's something called the Shoreline Management Act
Mhm.
that went through that.
Shoreline master plan is what we would have to have, and
Yeah.
I'm certain we have that. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
certain we do.
And it has something to do with ownership that you gotta allow access, I think,
I think you do too.
somehow, even though you have property on the river or the lake.
You have to have, access on the riverbed and up to flooding zone for anyone.
Okay.
So they would not have to give us access if it's up on the cliff there.
Having been a kayaker for many years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my question also is, like you can see, I've looked at this somewhat, and the same thing, I'm trying to make notes and see what needs to be updated in my mind, or this is, whatever. But is there anywhere that it's accessible? Is it on electronic? Oh, no.
Is that the perk complex?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm.
everyone has a Word document that they,
Mhm.
no, can somebody zap it to me?
Mhm.
Alrighty.
No.
Yeah,
I already did a fair amount of editing to it.
oh, great.
But I'm the back end of it, which is all the demand and need analysis and the cost estimates, I really couldn't go any further with until we did the survey. So, and then we have to kind of decide how we're gonna prioritize all the stuff from the survey too.
That's probably gonna be a workshop.
Well, we were working off the 2016,
Yeah.
Mhm,
that's
correct.
yeah, trying to get that updated, yeah. Yeah, one of the things that we had kicked around was the Bigfoot Trail. we made signs for it, and the plan was to have these signs. I think we made something like a dozen or so with these. They're about like a no parking sign kind of thing. I think they got them in the back room somewhere, but the idea was that we were gonna put them where they weren't gonna trespass on anything. There would be walking down sidewalks or alongside of roads. We didn't have to actually have a physical new trail built, but it was along the trail. And then it had a mileage thing on it. For example, it's 0.2 miles to the city park. So when you're there, you know how far you gotta go to get back to the park or whatever. There was a bunch of little things that
Those are awesome.
Mhm.
we messed around with, but again,
We did a
Mm,
city
it
walking
happened.
trail too. We've got a brochure somewhere.
right, yeah, that's
I haven't
just,
seen it in a while.
yeah, that's, I think we have them over in the history.
Or is that the
Okay.
white one? Is that the?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, we have lots of stuff. Okay.
But, okay, well, so where are we then? We're gonna get this digitized and get that out to everybody and then go from there.
That's true.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I do appreciate anybody that gets them, and I will send back to you whether I think we can do it or not, if it's feasible, because sometimes it looks great. You sent me a wonderful one, and then I looked in there and they want an easement, they want to own your property,
Oh,
so.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh, this one, hard to ask.
Okay, well, at least I'm looking. That's good. Gives me
You
ideas.
say grants.gov is where you check?
Yeah, yeah, I'm always looking.
Yes.
Good one.
And also, I mean, literally anywhere else too, I mean. Give me free money, baby.
That's right.
But if you're interested in anything like that, you can go on any website like the Department of Commerce or a Recreation, and there'll have a thing on there that says, would you like to subscribe? And they'll send you what I call a NOFO. It's NOFO, a Notice of Funding Opportunity.
Gotcha.
So if you see NOFO, that's what it means.
Okay,
And they will update you and let you know. And if you're going to be working on a grant, they will also send you updates that let you know, oh, we've changed something, surprise. So,
Okay.
If you, if you ask, our state representative, Marie Perez, he
Mhm.
will send you, specifically for this area. Grants to
Great.
look at this one.
Okay,
thank you.
okay.
Okay, well, so we looked at the results there and yeah, and then the park plan update. So Mary, are you gonna
I'll do another
do
work,
something with that?
I'll
Yeah.
do another revision of the park plan update with as much information as I can put together for
Sure,
the
from,
survey
that, yeah.
results and try to start on the demand and needs analysis. I definitely want, I mean, somebody else that has a better mind than mine needs to look at
You can
that.
incorporate, this is perfect.
That's exactly what I was gonna take. I'm actually gonna maybe ask to extrapolate a couple other things out, like. Get all of Lewis Camp Park together, you know, just so I can show just kind of,
I will send you that Excel spreadsheet.
that would be awesome. That would be awesome, okay. So I'll do a revision. Joe, it seems like I noticed you picked up that plan and you've got a lot of tabs on there, so your input will be greatly appreciated.
Okay, we can get together.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be good,
I'll give you mine.
Yeah.
You can give me your info.
okay,
Yay, we
That work?
won.
yeah.
Okay, Carly, where did I get this from? Resolution number 286A.
That's just informational. It's, the council decided to remove the winter rates from Templeton Park
Right,
and just made it consistent rates throughout the year.
Okay, yeah, all right,
It's included in your packet if you want to read through it. It's just informational.
yeah, okay.
So what are the rates now?
no action.
Then you pull it up.
Rates are $40 a night.
And anything over 40 feet is $55 a night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
10 cents one.
and then there's $10 for. Yeah, so that means that's it. This is the rule.
Mhm.
Okay. Which is, okay,
Them's the rules.
That should be something we should incorporate into.
The rules.
In our park plan, all part of that comprehensive, I think we gotta have. That'll be a lot easier where you don't have to come up with the prices and try to include that.
Right.
okay.
Okay.
Uh, Any other business?
Oh, real quick,
Hmm.
thank you to Vision Toledo and the Lions Club. They each pledged $5,000. And they actually put that into the account with the city for the handicap playground.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we are waiting. They are very difficult to work with, but they're the only ones we can deal with because we're required to use them. You have to have the same parts. You can't get the parts from somebody else, even if they would fit. It's kind of, a safety thing. And I have contacted her twice. She was supposed to send me, is that 2 weeks ago? Yeah, over 2 weeks ago. So it's back to the drawing board where I start calling and saying, give me the updated quote.
Yeah.
And the only thing that she needs to update apparently is freight. So I'm not sure what the holdback is, but that is exactly why they have not met one single deadline, why we are not going with them to do the actual playground equipment, the new equipment. They have a lower price. Their equipment isn't as good, in my opinion, as the other company that we want to go with, that have hit everything when they're right on it. So, if anybody asks why you're not going with the cheaper one, cheaper is not always better.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, as soon as that comes, we will be ordering that, just to let you know. And,
Okay, this is the Northwest Playground Equipment Company out of Issaquah.
yes, that's the
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
Yeah,
And they're gonna repair.
they are, and
Good
they're
stuff.
gonna do all the work, so
Yeah.
that we don't have to try to get volunteers. I'm pretty sure looking at that, it's gonna be real tough to get the bolts and everything off. After all of these years, they've kind of sort of, lumped together, fused together. Yeah.
Well,
So
let's
I-
make sure that when they do the work, we get somebody to inspect it, to make sure that they, oh, well, they'll never notice this
Yeah,
missing bolt. I'm thinking Boeing, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other reason why,
Yeah.
because of risk management for the city,
Yes.
we want to have somebody rather than volunteers, I think. That's the
Yeah,
balance,
right.
that's the
Yeah.
other thing. So, safety issues.
Okay.
Good.
Whatnot.
All right. Any other business? I just want you to know that Steamboat Alley was affected by a piece of equipment that has been installed in Steamboat Alley. The owner of the building, the art gallery and was it Darla upstairs, and here it is, which is they're vacating the place, but all her stuff is still in there. Anyhow, she had, the owner had a heat pumps put in. And new roof and everything, cause she's fixing it up to sell. And they drilled a hole through the wall out into the Steamboat Alley and installed a big outside unit that is attached to the wall. I saw it, I called everybody right away and said, geez, this looked like not so nice. And and they said, oh, that's it, and well, that's what we
Yeah,
got.
but they didn't check with the city, and that's hanging out in the
She
city.
said she checked with the city and got approved by the city to do this. And I don't need,
That sounds like a bid.
well, I don't know, that's what they told me, so.
The reason we can't have anything permanent, they were sticking out, and we were told no, we couldn't, but
Right.
because.
Yeah, we said all ours was sitting on the city property on the alley, yeah. Not
Yeah,
in that.
so that if they ever need.
But that's her
emergency
building.
vehicle.
Anyhow, there it is, so
I know.
that's one of our little park spaces.
They would have to go through city council, and city council would have to give them official approval, which I don't think they would did.
Well, it could be needed to be permitted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
Whether or
I'm
not that
wondering.
happens, I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But didn't they go through, don't we have our own planning or permitting agency over the
Did you
city?
did you get a name from this person as to who they talked to in the city hall?
No, they just said it was approved and the company that put it in said it was okayed by the city and then the owner of the building, when she started getting a little. I said, oh, okay, she says, oh, it was improved by the city, okay, don't kick me out in the street. So there we are, anyhow. Public input.
I just want to thank the city for improving the flushing on the toilets. It was nice to see that ticked off the list, so thank you very much for. I complained, but I noticed, and then I said something, but I just want to say thank you, city, for doing something.
What they do?
Was that for the part, the Kemples,
The part.
the bathrooms in Kemple?
Yeah.
I haven't updated the
Did
flushing.
you have a good flush?
Oh,
Which was
okay.
causing problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they updated.
How did they,
I don't know,
No,
they work
don't-
their magic, I don't know how that all works.
Rotor or something?
It happens, so I just wanna,
Okay,
And I'm gonna try to get with the guys from Public Works, John, and see if they can get that sign into the jail park property.
yeah,
It's, I got the part of it and the other part's just waiting for them to install it. So they had it for months, so. we'll
Right,
get
yeah.
With them here and see if we can get that installed.
yeah, I talked with Mike Fisher back in. I
Yes.
don't know, last fall sometime, he was ready to do it, but never happened, so.
No.
Yeah.
And I think part of the problem right now is still wet, it just fills up with water, so we have to wait just a little bit longer, but I'd like to get something on an agenda with them to do.
I also have an item.
Oh.
I'm working with Rachel on coming up with a proposal for you guys to move away from Firefly to another reservation system. We're running into some limitations on Firefly, and I found a better solution.
Sure, yeah.
So we will look forward to hearing about that.
Very nice.
Good. Never make me.
Stephanie, anything?
Easier for you guys.
Nothing here.
Okay, okay. Mary, anything else?
Nothing else for me.
Okay.
Good. Yeah.
Carly, anything? No, okay, all right,
I motion to adjourn.
okay,
A second.
favor, all. okay.
All in favor, aye.
Good.
Aye.
Yeah.